Okay, iron reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to form iron 2 chloride and hydrogen. 0.998 grams of iron is added to 30 centimetres cubed of a 1 mole per decimetre cubed hydrochloric acid. One of the reagents is in excess, the other one is the limiting reagent. Right, let's just jot the equation down here. So 2HCl goes to FeCl2 plus H2. So number of moles of the iron then is 0.998 divided by the MR, which is 55.8, and that equals 0.0179. So that's the number of moles of that, and then the number of moles of the hydrochloric acid. So I've got 30 times 10 to the minus 3, that's the volume, times the concentration. So that equals 0.0300 moles. So what I've got to do here is I've got to work out which one is in excess and which one is the limiting reagent. It doesn't really matter which way I go, but if I go that way, I hope you can see that with a 2:1 ratio, I would need 0.0150. That's half of this number here. Okay, so that's how much I need, but I've actually got this much here, which means, and this number here is greater than that, which means that this is in excess. So I'm just going to put excess up here, which means that the hydrochloric acid is my limiting reagent, which means all of my mole calculations now are pinned around this number here, because that's the one that's going to run out first. That's the one that my hydrogen gas is going to be dependent upon. Okay, so I've got my moles of my hydrochloric acid, and as I go from here to there to get my moles of gas, it's a 2:1 ratio here. So number of moles of hydrogen is equal to 0.0150. Okay, so now I've got that, I've got to go back and look at these. So I've got my temperature here, which is going to be 303. I've got my pressure here, which is going to be 100 times 10 to the 3. Remember, that's going to be in pascals, and the temperature's got to be in Kelvin. So this is a PV equals nRT calculation. PV equals nRT. And we're asked to calculate the volume. So V is nRT over P. So number of moles, I've just worked that out, 0.015 times the gas constant, 8.31 times the temperature, 303, all divided by 100,000. Which gives me, I'll tell you one thing I have missed off, 3 significant figures. I should have done that before anything to give myself a little reminder down here. So to 3 significant figures in meters cubed is 3.78 times 10 to the minus 4. So 3.78 times 10 to the minus 4. So here's where the marks are. Let's just change colour, make it stand out a little bit. So there is 1 mark if you've worked out that number of moles there, 1 mole if you've worked out that number of moles there, 1 mark if you've identified the hydrochloric acid as the limiting reagent, 1 mark if you've got the number of moles of this, 1 mark for the conversion over here, and then 1 mark for the correct answer over there.